Have you ever had your world turned upside down in a single moment? That's exactly what happened to me. My name is James, and until recently I thought I had the perfect life. I'm 38 years old, married for 12 years to a woman I deeply loved and trusted. We have 2 kids, a cozy house in the suburbs, and what seemed to be a happy, stable marriage. But one day, everything I believed about my life came crashing down, all because of a single, unexpected discovery. It started like any other day. I was cleaning out our car, a family car that we both used regularly. My wife, Sarah, often drove it to work, and I used it for errands or weekend trips. It wasn't unusual for me to find random things in there, empty coffee cups, receipts, or the occasional toy left by one of our kids. But on this particular day, as I was vacuuming under the passenger seat, I found something that made my stomach drop. It was a condom wrapper, crumpled and shoved under the seat. My first reaction was disbelief. My wife and I hadn't used condoms in years. We're married. Why would we need them? My mind raced as I tried to come up with an explanation. Maybe it was trash left by someone else. Maybe it wasn't even hers. But deep down, I felt a knot in my stomach, a feeling that something wasn't right. As I looked closer, the pit in my stomach grew deeper. This wasn't just a wrapper. It was a used condom, tied off and stuffed under the seat. The air left my lungs. I sat there, staring at it, my mind racing with questions. How did it get there? Who had been in this car with her? And why hadn't I noticed anything before? I didn't confront Sarah right away. Instead, I spent the rest of the day in a daze trying to piece together everything I knew about our relationship. I replayed moments in my head, times when she had come home late, times when she was distant or distracted. I had always brushed off those moments as stress from work or just part of the ebb and flow of a long marriage. But now, they took on a whole new meaning. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept staring at her, wondering how someone I had trusted with my whole heart could have done something so cruel. The next morning, I decided I needed answers, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. I needed to be sure before I confronted her. So I did what I never thought I'd have to do. I checked her phone. I felt guilty even thinking about invading her privacy, but the gnawing doubt inside me was too much to bear. As I scrolled through her messages, my worst fears were confirmed. There were texts from someone named Mark. They weren't explicit, but they were far too friendly to be innocent. Things like, "Last night was amazing," and "Can't wait to see you again." My hands shook as I put her phone back. The betrayal hit me like a ton of bricks. This wasn't just my wife, it was the mother of my children, the person I had built a life with. And now, it felt like everything we had shared was a lie. I knew I couldn't keep this to myself any longer. That evening, after the kids were in bed, I sat Sarah down and showed her what I had found. At first, she denied everything. "It's not what you think," she said, her voice trembling. "That's not mine. Someone else must have left it there." But I could see the panic in her eyes. She wasn't just defending herself, she was trying to figure out how much I knew. When I mentioned Mark, her face went pale. That was all the confirmation I needed. "Don't lie to me," I said, my voice breaking. "I've seen the messages. I know what's been going on." At that moment, she broke down. Through tears, she admitted that she had been seeing Mark for months. She swore it wasn't serious, that it was just a mistake. But how could it not be serious? She had brought him into our car, our family car. She had risked everything we had built together for what? A fling? I asked her why. Why would she do this to me? To our family? Her answer was like a knife to the heart. "I didn't feel appreciated," she said. "Mark made me feel special." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had worked so hard to provide for our family, to be a good husband and father. And yet, it wasn't enough. She had chosen to destroy our marriage for someone who made her feel special. Over the next few days, I felt like I was living in a nightmare. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't focus on anything. I felt like a failure, not just as a husband, but as a person. How had I missed the signs? How had I let this happen? But as the days turned into weeks, something inside me shifted. I realized that her betrayal didn't define me. It didn't make me any less of a person. If anything, it showed me how strong I could be. I decided to take control of my life, to focus on what really mattered: my kids, my happiness, my future. I filed for divorce. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one. Sarah begged me to forgive her, to give her another chance, but I couldn't. The trust was gone, and without trust, there's no foundation for a relationship. Today, I'm in a much better place. I've moved to a new city, started a new job, and even met someone who treats me with the love and respect I deserve. The pain of Sarah's betrayal will always be a part of my story, but it no longer controls me. I've learned to let go, to forgive, not for her sake, but for mine. If there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's that life is full of unexpected twists and turns. But no matter how dark things may seem, there's always a way forward. Sometimes the hardest moments are the ones that teach us who we really are. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. There are more powerful stories waiting for you on the screen. Click one and keep watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time.